Hi my friends! I'm really excited about today's video. We'll be making cake pops, wrapping them up to look beautiful, writing thank you cards, and delivering them to the people we love. I'm excited. Are you excited? Me and Penny Rose are here and we're gonna try making cake pops. I was thinking that would be really fun to go with the thank you cards that we watercolored. And the last time I tried making cake pops was about 10 years ago and it did not go well. So apparently I needed a 10-year break to try again. So we're here with clean hands and I watched a ton of YouTube tutorials, and the first thing we did is we baked a homemade chocolate cake. And this is already super moist, but all the tutorials say to crumble it up. So Penny Rose, I'm gonna give you that job. Do you see how these edges are a little bit hard? Let's pull the edges off and maybe Owen will wanna eat those later, and Daddy. And then let's crumble. I'll pull these edges off and then we'll crumble it with our hands. So I'm hoping that this is gonna be like a death by chocolate cake pop. So we're doing chocolate cake with chocolate frosting and then the chocolate candy on the outside. Now I made the frosting, it's a buttercream frosting, and I purposefully made it not too sweet. I do not like it when you bite into things and the only flavor you taste is sugar. Clinty, on the other hand, loves when the only flavor you can taste is sugar, but I'm gonna try it my way where it's not overwhelmingly sweet. The frosting that we're gonna make has a lot of cocoa powder in it, so you can kind of taste that bitter chocolate. I mean, it is sweet, but not too sweet, so I'm hoping it turns out. When people online were doing it, they said you want to be able to grab it and have it stay in a clump like that. And my cake, it's not a cake box cake, so it is a little bit more moist. There we go. Clint looked up at me with eyeballs. It's a little bit more moist than cake box cakes. Should we do the other cake too? Clinty was hoping that I would save one cake and frost it so that he could just eat it and then do the other one with cake pops, but I don't think this is gonna make very many cake pops if we do it that way.
Save just half a cake. Just half a cake.
He said it again.
He said it again. Okay, just half a cake for Daddy. That enough?
Save me some cake.
Is that enough?
I love you too.
I don't know how much frosting to put in this because it's already clumping together so nicely. I'm scared because I think when I did this 10 years ago, that's where I went wrong. I put in way too much frosting, so it was like slimy and it just tasted like uncooked cake. It was not good. You want to taste it?
Yeah.
Good, right?
Yeah.
Me and Penny aren't really cake people. Cake is just, I'm not a cake person, but I do love cake pops, and I think it's just because they're a little bit softer. They're not as dry, and I don't know, cake is just too dry for me. Good job, Moosey. Those crumbs are looking amazing. You're doing great. Okay, let's try one more piece because that was good. You like it?
It's better than cake.
It's better than cake? Oh, I might have to save this recipe. Do you guys have recipe books and like recipe cards? I just get all my recipes online.
Comment your best cake recipes. We'll try them all.
If Clinty bakes them, are you gonna bake them?
I'll bake you cake.
I'm gonna try, this is my homemade buttercream frosting. That's just not quite as sweet as the recipe called for.
It is yummy though.
It is yummy though. And I'm gonna do just, what do you think? I'm gonna do just a little bit because I don't want it to be too moist. I think this is gonna turn out, Moose. I'm excited about this.
Let's see what should we taste.
Do you think the people will like it?
Yeah.
Who should we bring it to? Grandpa just got surgery. Should we take some to Grandpa?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're the bakers, so we get to sample it, right, Moose?
Yeah.
Let's do a small sample and see if that has enough frosting. Sample? What do you think?
More frosting.
More frosting? I think you're right, just a little bit more. Plus we have to leave some frosting for Daddy's cake, right, Daddy?
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah.
So I was
We're getting
watching
a lot of stamps.
The Icing Artist on YouTube, I think that's what it's called. And she gets like grocery store mini cupcakes and turns them into like bougie cake pop-ness. And she does such a good, she makes it look so easy. So when I watch her stuff, I'm like, oh, I can do that. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Maybe you can do that.
Maybe I can do that. Okay, let's do another little sample piece. Let's break one off. You ready? What do we think?
Maybe a tiny bit more.
No. I'm imagining this in with the hard chocolate around it, and I
That's
think
better.
it's gonna be perfect.
That's gonna be perfect.
I caught these lollipop sticks on sale at Hobby Lobby, but after watching other people's, I'm thinking they might be a little short, but I'm hoping that they'll work. So I wanna just kind of hold it up to it and see. Here we go. Now let's put it in and see what we think. Is that a good size?
I think so.
That's like the big lollipops they sell in the cashier line at Walmart.
Oh yeah, let's do it a little smaller. Maybe it needs more frosting because it's pretty cracky. I'm scared. I don't know what I'm doing.
You do.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's perfect, right? Perfect, everyone? I think that's perfect. I'm imagining biting into that. I think that'll be great. I don't know. I'm hoping that I'm doing it right. Okay, one done.
Is that perfect?
Okay, now we gotta roll it on our palms like this so it's a good little ball. Ooh, perfect, Moose. Good one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. The next step is to melt the chocolate. I'm gonna melt just a few so that we can stick the sticks in, and then we'll melt the rest and dump them all in and see how it goes. Okay, we're back with our melted chocolate. I'm starting with the chopstick because we're so official here. So first thing we're gonna do is poke our stick into the chocolate and wipe it off on the side a little, and then just dunk it into one of the balls. So that's gonna help set our sticks so that when we dunk the whole thing in, it doesn't just slide off the stick. I'm really hoping these work out. So put it in the chocolate to like right there, just a little bit. Yeah, perfect. Now wipe, see that drip? Wipe off the drip on the side. Yep, like that. Good, now stick it right in the middle. Yeah. Okay, stop. Good job. You did great, Lovey. I'm just gonna tap, 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 tap to get the extra off.
That looks so yum.
Does that look good? Ooh, and if we want to do sprinkles, now's the time. Do you know where the sprinkles are?
I think those toothpicks.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay. Now I'm just gonna check for air bubbles, and there's a few. My cake balls are not as smooth and perfect as the ones I was seeing online. I don't know. I think it'll still taste good, but I don't know why it looks a little funny. Stick it in and go again. And then you can do the wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
To get
Or
some
you can
bubbles.
do the last bit of the ketchup. The ketchup bottle.
It's not even ketchup bottle. It's the chocolate bottle.
The chocolate bottle.
You can see some bubbles in that.
You can. And Penny Roses are bubble popper. Okay, Penny, use your toothpick.
Wait, there.
Yep, get that one.
Right there.
Yep. And that one. Good job. Let the chocolate do its thing. Does that look yummy?
So good.
So yummy. I mean, you're not so good. So yummy.
And then I'm gonna try grating some of the chocolate on and see what that does. I can't tell if that looks like dandruff or coconut or if it's
Can I
cute.
try to do that?
Well, I don't want you to hurt your little fingers because this is a blade. What do you guys think? Does that look like dandruff or does it look pretty? I don't know.
Wow, that looks amazing, man.
Okay, let's get our dandruff.
Yeah.
Parmesan
Wait, why do you
cheese.
call it dandruff? That's a weird name.
Those are looking terrific though.
Does this look like dandruff?
No,
Are you sure?
looks like something I would buy at a candy store.
Really?
Yeah.
Yay! We are back and it is now Tuesday morning. We did these cake pops on Sunday evening and I tried all day to get to this yesterday and we just didn't quite get to it, but we did sample a few and they're still pretty darn delicious. I was nervous that they would just taste like fridge, but they don't. They're so good. But I wanted to show you. Hey, buddy. I wanted to show you some of the things that we put on them. So I crunched up some Reese's Puff cereal and put it on this one. I thought that it has that chocolatey peanut buttery and I thought that would be really yummy with the chocolate cake. And obviously you guys saw us do sprinkles. You saw us grate the white chocolate on. I did M&Ms on these two. I did just straight peanut butter powder. And this really does taste like peanut butter and I thought it would be really fun to have that peanut butter taste with the interior being so chocolatey. Today we've got to get to wrapping them and packaging them so that we can hand them out with the beautiful little thank you cards that we watercolored. I hope that they fit in. I'm gonna cut off the Ziploc and then just tie it on. What do you think? I wish I had some orange or something. It's kind of cute. I also have this black ribbon, which I thought might look really classy with like the white ones. And you know, we're giving these to different people and sometimes I like to not do all of them the same because then they all have their own little personality and I can pick out the ones that I think each person would like the most, you know? I want to give one to my dad because he's been helping a ton at the reptile room. He hung lights for us and he helped with some building enclosures and he's been helping us so much. Plus, he just got surgery on his finger. He broke his finger and we just want him to feel better. He broke his finger on Halloween night. He put a freaky gorilla costume on to scare my nephews. And when he popped out of the bush, he tripped and broke his finger, which is so like my dad. Years ago, he broke his ribs because he was at scout camp. He was a scout leader and he was playing tag with the boys and he was sitting on the top of a tree and one of the boys started climbing it. And so he thought he would bend the top of one tree to the other tree and climb down before the boy could get down, and the inevitable happened where he tilted the tree over. Instead of just bending perfectly to the other tree like it does in the movies, it snapped and he just fell all the way to the bottom. He used to scare me and my friends while we were playing night games. He'd hide in trees and pop out, and he loves to scare people. We used to do haunted houses growing up in our backyard, big ones, like really awesome ones. And that was like my memories were getting our haunted houses ready. We'd start in September and work super hard on them until they were ready to go in the end of October. So it's good memories, fun memories. Car ready to drop off our thank you cards and what are they called? Oh, cake pops. You ready, Penrose?
Yeah.
Look, I gotta turn this camera around so I can show you. There's ice and snow on our windshield already. Hello, Utah.
Cake pop.
Alright, they didn't answer. We'll just leave it there. You ready, Moose?
Yep.
Okay, let's go. Good job. You did great on that one, love.
Look at you! Who painted this?
My mom.
Wow!
Is this fun?
Yeah.
Should we drop off treats to everyone every Tuesday?
Yeah. Treats to him and her.
Dropped off a card and treats to our landlord from the reptile room. They're great people. We love them. And speaking of the reptile room, I think Clinty's there right now. And we have a couple extras, so we might go surprise him with some. What do you think? One left, so I guess me and Penny get to share it. They really are good. Yeah, try it and tell us what you think.
Okay.
I ate mine, but it looked like I was making out with it, so I probably will leave that out of the video.
So don't make out with the cake pop. Or it's unusable footage. Oh, I mean,